That's right. So that's the best kind of immunity is immunity that the T cell immunity, because that's the one that prevents you from dying. And that's there till you die. It's just with you. The antibodies have to wane, otherwise it would be very hard for your immune system to allow you to live. You get exposed to something, you fight off the disease, and then the antibodies disappear from your bloodstream because they're not necessary anymore. And then there's an army of cells that remembers how to fight off that invading army into your body that keeps you safe for the rest of your life. That's how it works in layman terms as far as Dr. Office explained it. That's all I know because immunology is very difficult.
But
This episode is sponsored by our friends over at Freed AI Medical Scribes. Let's hear what they have to say. What if you could take the computer out of the physician-patient relationship? With Freed, you can. Freed is the AI medical scribe that listens, transcribes, and crafts perfect SOAP notes for you seamlessly. This isn't just another productivity tool. Freed is a life-altering solution for physicians, helping you regain the joy of practicing medicine. Freed frees you from the burden of documentation, so you can focus on what really matters, your patients. With Freed, the computer is no longer a barrier. It's a quiet assistant that works in the background, capturing every word of your patient interactions, accurately and quickly. The result: you're fully present in each visit, building stronger connections and offering more attentive care. And when the day is done, your notes are too, leaving you with more time to focus on yourself, your family, and your life outside of medicine. Freed is the solution thousands of physicians swear by to reclaim their passion for medicine.
it is very hard. What you just described is a very difficult concept to grasp as a parent. They see it as, I take a poke, I prevent a disease in my kid.
You do with
Look,
that with measles. You do with
yeah.
measles.
Yes, you're correct on that.
You do with measles. What the parents see today, which is part of the problem, is my kid had the flu vaccine and then he developed the flu. And then he developed the flu from the vaccine. He was sick right after the vaccine. And then 3 months later, he had influenza, and I had to pay my $100
Yeah.
payment, Dr. Rogel, plus the flu test, plus I gave him Tamiflu, then he threw up. He was sick twice. And what they don't understand, because it's very sophisticated, is when you get the COVID vaccine, when you get the flu vaccine, there is a cytokine release that causes you
Mhm.
to have fevers and aches and feel like not very good because your immune system is doing what it's supposed to do. It's responding to an invasion and it's learning how to fight off the infection. That is not the disease. And with the MMR, 95 to 98% prevention of the disease, 95% after the first dose, 98% after the second dose. So this is an incredibly effective vaccine in protecting your kid. You just don't know it because you've never seen anybody with measles. And how has this affected your practice and your families?
Certainly, it's been a renewed interest in people checking to see, make sure that their kids are vaccinated. I have your practice is going to be what you decide it to be, and I long ago decided that I was going to have a practice that we vaccinated according to the recommended schedule. We certainly have families who are vaccine hesitant, and if they're questions, my job is to talk to them about what their concerns and questions are, and then ultimately, hopefully, arrive at a decision to vaccinate. But there are some individuals who have made a decision they're not going to vaccinate, and those are not a part of my practice. That's not the same as many other practices out there. But with respect to my practice, I've had plenty of over 12-month-old patient parents call me to make sure that their kids vaccinated. I've had plenty who've had one vaccine, would like to get the second MMR early. Fine, happy to accommodate that. And it is certainly reasonable to do, especially if you have any travel plans to rural West Texas. It's certainly reasonable to do, of course, prior to 12 months of age, between 6 and 12 months of age, for any child who's going to be doing international travel.